Welcome back to Red Glasses Talks. The title today is Failure to Thrive. The baby I held on my arms looked completely normal at about 4 to 6 weeks old. I had no idea then that the lessons she would teach me would impact my life to this very day. This is my wife, Punky, writing a note about when she worked at a hospital in Orlando, Florida. Let me continue reading from her notes. I had the privilege of working as a volunteer in the neonatal intensive care unit at the brand new Arnold and Winnie Palmer Hospital for Women and Children in Orlando, Florida. One evening, as I scrubbed in, the head nurse told me I'd be working in the step-down unit across the hall. Step-down was an intermediate care unit for neonatal babies who had improved in their development, as well as babies born with jaundice or other situations not as critical. The nurse handed me a baby to hold and to feed, telling me that the child was a failure to thrive baby. I'd never heard the term before, so she asked me, "How old do you think the baby is?" I thought she looked to be about maybe 6 weeks old and appeared to be healthy enough for that age. The nurse told me the child was actually 4 months old, but was failure to thrive. She'd been born into a family of poverty that had difficulty in caring for her, was most likely left in a crib crying for attention, only to be fed by an older sibling holding a bottle through the slats of the crib. Obviously, the baby was left unattended most of the time, seldom if ever held or cuddled or loved on. Then my wife concludes, "For the past 20 years plus, my life work has been in another sort of step-down unit, a spiritual step-down unit, nurturing failure to thrive baby Christians, helping them to grow and develop in their faith spiritually, socially, emotionally, and physically. You may be wondering," she says, "where on earth I might have found a failure to thrive Christian. I'll tell you where. In my church. And all around me, in churches everywhere, are people who've been born again spiritually by placing their faith in Jesus Christ, but who in their spiritual infancy have been neglected, left, and abandoned at the foot of the cross, waiting and waiting for someone to pick them up, put an arm around them, and help them grow and develop in their faith and show them how to follow Jesus." Dear friends, the question I want to ask you is, are you a failure to thrive Christian? Is that where you are? And is that an apt description of where you are in your faith and life? 2 Peter 3:18 says, "But grow in the grace and love of the Lord Jesus Christ." And it can be translated, but keep on growing. If I'm not growing, if you're not growing, if we're not continuing to develop, we're dying. So how do we thrive in our faith, in our life, so we can impact the lives of those around us? Well, come next time and check it out, because we're going to get after it.